Hey everyone, today is the 28th of May 2013. It's another market maker method trade as taught by Nikki and Martin at linuxtrade.com. There's a couple of trades here, one on Euro US dollar, one on British pound US dollar. We'll start off with Euro US dollar. So this morning, 7 o'clock UK time, Pat time. Came in. This is the chart we had in front of me. A lot of accumulation from the holiday yesterday in the US and UK. Got a red intent, popping into touching resistance and then moving away back into accumulation. So straight away I'm looking at that, thinking, okay, got a lot of accumulation, a lot of market maker activity, possible manipulation, possible stop take. For anyone who's long anyway through here, it's got triggered. So I'm thinking at the moment these were actually buys, and so that was what was in my head at the time. And as you'll see later on, this is a good example of how you should just trade what you see and not what you think should happen, and don't sort of tie yourself to your trades. Just because you may look at this chart and think one thing, something can happen that changes that view. And you have to be flexible enough to almost admit when you've not got it right and change that and see if you can get the content correct. So let's resume this. Well, what I will do is also just look at the 60-minute chart from the same time. So that's what we had. So I mean, straight away looking at that, to me that looks like stop take. And this may move back down and get on board. That was my current thinking at that time, when about 7:45 in the morning. So let's just step this on. So I think it stays in accumulation for a bit of time, popping out and coming back in. Fortunately, I would have definitely taken some of that action on if I hadn't been at a meeting. So I'll just keep going with this, and I'll show you where I got in a little bit later on. So if we're moving this down here, this is the kind of what I was thinking at the time. Okay, so I'll just pause it there and you can see the market maker activity again. So yeah, again you look back, fair accumulation, resist manipulation, stop take. I'm still thinking buys at this time. What time have we got? 10:45. Okay. See if we can get some jump bar type confirmation. So there's a bar clearing up and away. I'm starting to think I'm missing out in the profit release here as it's moving up. I think eventually I do decide to get in on this round about this area here. So targeting up about 129.70ish. Just for my standard 30 pips, I just risk 30 pips. I don't fiddle around too much. I don't give it massive amount either. I won't put it down here, but I just go for 30, and if it's underway, it's going to go. So let's see. So again, boxing a little bit of resistance there. We've had this look like continuation type move. It was picking up a bit of intensity, but then it started to come back on me. So I started writing things in my journal here that it got into this resistance. So at this point, I'm thinking, oh, wait a minute, have I got this right? Is this the manipulation move that's coming up now? Starting to creep in to my thoughts. As in this bar here, coming all the way down, I'm now thinking, I'm not particularly liking being in this position. Something doesn't feel right anymore. Rejected this resistance, is moving away. Have I got this completely wrong? Are these actually sells that are all in here? Is there any clues back that would tell me at all? That was a profit release earlier on. Not seeing a massive amount. Anybody who's bought in through here, yeah, will certainly certainly got stopped out if they were selling from down here, and then this move back. So keep on going, sort of fading to the upside now, and then again coming down. At this point, I've got it wrong. I'm convinced I've got it wrong. I closed down my trade, accepted the loss it took there. Wasn't a big loss, but I'm pretty sure I've got this wrong. And this is actually going the other way. These are accumulation of sells. So with that in mind, this bar pops down again. I've got this wrong. I'm in. I enter straight away. And it doesn't take particularly too long to see some action to the downside. And there we go. We're starting to really get some intensity to the downside. So these were sells. I've got it right. This is the way I should have been in the first place, or had the patience to wait. But say trade what you see, it's in front of you. If it changes, it did change. So I got on board with a short and target 90 pips to the downside, and there you go. That's it. That's it. That's a hit straight away. So very quick, fast profit release after all this accumulation. If you look over on the 60-minute chart, you'll sort of see. I mean, you could be forgiven to thinking there that this is a stop take. It's just fading back down. Well, not fading back down, but this is the manipulation down, and then you can get on board. So, but as time plays by, you start to see this fading to the upside, and that's now looking more like a stop take than any of it. Or stop take looked like a stop take. That looks like a stop take. Take the most current one. There we go. You get your jump bar down the way through, clears all those beliefs, and that's it. That's 90 pips all the way down. So I think what I'll do now is I'll do another video on the British pound US dollar. We'll save this one. I hope you guys got some of that. Certainly looking at the 60-minute, you can see it's quite clear there. How it manipulated, faded up, punches out stops, and then quite quickly does its profit release. Done and dusted. Good luck, guys.